Alright guys, and welcome to part 1 of the series, Busa X, the rebirth. Okay, so Busa X is one of the original turbos that I ever touched. Okay, it was the first Stedman turbo that came over to the shop, the first monster turbo. This bike is an 8.5 to 1 compression, 1299cc motor, stock heads, stock cams, heavy springs, rods. It's got everything it needs to hold the power. It is very, very low compression, but it's an older school build. Intercooled comp oilless turbo combination was a hand clutch. So with the rebirth, I'm going to quick go over some of what the old configuration was. It was a Power Commander 5 bike, stock ECU with Bobo button boost control, Greg Smith through the ECU air shifter. It did have an AEM 50-1200 running on C16 and pump gasoline. This is actually like revision 3 or 4 of this thing. I'm currently starting in pretty simple. I'm getting rid of everything. As simple as it goes. All the old wiring junk that's been added, gone, all of it gone. I'm going to tidy up the stock harness and get us back to where we need to be to start. So, for those of you who don't know, this bike was dropped off about 1.5 years ago, almost 2 years ago. Actually, over 2 years ago it came the first time. I tuned it. It was rocking, ready to go. He took it home, and the auto tune got left on. I told him to ride it around the block a little bit, get used to it, and then turn the auto tune off and let it would tidy itself up. It got left on, and we had some voltage issues because he had a stator and rectifier go bad, so the auto tune went absolutely berserk. It did not hurt the bike, but it screwed the silly phone. So I sent him back the tune from the dyno and it ran great. He opted at that time that he was going to upgrade to a max ECU. He brought the bike up. Plan at that time was to upgrade the fuel system for flex fuel, put on the max ECU, and send the turbo out for repair. Then his wife got sick. She has cancer. She's currently in remission, if I understand correctly, or at least doing very, very well in treatment. So their finances have swung in a better direction. I stored the bike free of charge through that whole period. I understand the circumstances, and I have no problem with it. He communicated with me the entire time. So, the turbo's been off for a hot minute, the injectors have been off for a hot minute, and we're now moving forward. So, first and foremost, we ordered these before. DW1200 injectors, AEM 50-1200 pump. We're going to run out of fuel pumps somewhere around 500 horsepower. Busa by Smith max ECU plug and play with expansion module and all the goodies in it. Flex fuel, air shifter, all that crap. Or no, we're not going air shifter anymore. We're ditching the air shifter and we're going quick shifter with Gen 3 Hayabusa factory control sets. Let's see, his comp turbo will be back here shortly. It is currently out at comp. It's actually currently in between here and comp. It's in the City of Industry according to the tracking. So that went out to get a Gen 3 center section put in it because it was a Gen 1 Rev 1 first of the first comp oilless turbo. So it was not greasable, was not surfaceable. So once that's back, I can slap that on and the turbo kit portion of it's done. I am currently working on pulling the plenum off. I've got to get rid of all the old existing crap. All the old Busa by Smith harnesses are not going to be used anymore because the Max replaces them. I'm going to pull his pods off. He's going to hate me for it, but he has a phone mount. He'll have a digital version. M-dash on a phone. He can get a used phone. He can get a new phone. It doesn't matter what he wants to do, but it just needs to have Bluetooth because he is going to have Bluetooth enabled on this bike. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Oh, he did go opt for a Boost Comp clutch. So we're going with lighter clutch springs and a Boost Comp. It is so much nicer. Well, right now it's still got all the heavies in it. I need to put lighter springs in that, get him a clutch back that'll be more comfortable. I'm not switching the fans over to ECU control. They already have a good configuration in dual fans, so I'm going to leave the fans as is. So for right now, I'm going to strip it and then I'll catch y'all up. This may be a short first video, but once things start coming in, I'll do more in-depth explanations of what I'm doing. Alrighty folks, so been busy. X is pretty much no more. So I have been stripping and ripping. X is out of the dinosaur age. This is all the parts that came off of X that will not go back on X. We got about 8 different Greg Smith, Busa by Smith harnesses, whether it's the auto shift, shift light, the shifter harness, the freaking headlight blackout. There's so much stuff there. It's not even funny, including a relay box that I'm not going to use anymore, just because it's going to be too large for the application. The plugs, there's a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I've been stripping it. I got the plenum off so I can drill, tap, and put in the IAT sensor, which should be chilling right here. Yep, IAT sensor. It's a Rife High IAT. I gotta go ahead and get that installed. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. Damn, it'd be nice if that was glued. Just heard a squeak. There's all his other sensors. I gotta get all this plumbed. But for now, I was focused on mock-up layout to see if everything was gonna fit and what I was gonna need to do to make it fit. One thing I do want to do, I want to get this regulator rectifier off of this hot freaking... This is literally the hottest point in the motor. I don't know why they make a relocator for it. I put it on there because he provided the relocator. It's not going there. It's going up under here. So it gets airflow. I'm half tempted to mount it on the swing arm. But I'm going to probably put a bottle on the swing arm so I have enough volume for the boost control. Debating whether or not he wants to do CO2 nitrous bottle, which would be awesome, and then that would get rid of the air compressor altogether. I'm going to talk to him about that because that is what I'm going to suggest. Greg laid this out for me. The can is just chilling. It's extra. I don't need it. I asked him to do an overlapping layout. It is phenomenal. It fits great in this Gixxer tail. We got just enough room for the connector to make the turn. Stock harness is plugged in. I went ahead and tidied that all up. So it all fits just right. I'd really love, like I said, to ditch the air compressor. I'll talk to Ron about that probably before this video posts. I didn't know he did speed input, but that's not a big deal. That's just a matter of interrupting the signal right there. I do have one thing I got to wire in. Rolling anti-lag is going to be on the flash to pass. I don't know why it's not on the horn. We don't have anything on the horn. But he wants it on the flash to pass, so that's what we're going to do. May have to add a wire, because I thought we were going to do a mode button on the horn. But I'll probably just do it so clutch in, flash to pass. Probably the easiest way to do that. Probably what I'm going to do. But we don't have anything on the horn on this bike, which is strange. It is getting Gen 3 control sets, so it's got the connector already here for the Gen 3 quick shifter. I'm going to go through and all these scotches. I'm going to pop them out, make sure the wires are still intact, liquid electrical tape them. Same on every one of these. This little jumper shenanigans is because this control set doesn't have the on-off switch. It should have a jumper wire here. It does not. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I have a control set with the jumper wire. Otherwise, I'm just going to unhook these wires and tie them together. Or see if I can find one with a headlight on-off switch. That would be freaking awesome. That would actually probably make his day because I can get rid of the blackout switch. Let's see. As far as the relay box, I'm deleting it. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and steal power off of here to power up the relays and mount them up tucked in here out of the way. It should only be one relay if we get rid of the air compressor. If not, I got to have two relays. Not a big deal. I think that's probably going to be the best route because he can get nitrous where he's at. He's got a bottle bracket. Might as well just go to a freaking 2-pound nitrous bottle or 2.5-pound nitrous bottle. The igniter is going to get mounted up here as long as the tail covers it. I'm going to mock all this up with some double stick tape just to make sure I can slide the tail over and everything still clears like it should. If that's the case, we'll be rocking and rolling pretty quick on all of that. Now this is just getting jumped to temporarily. SDBA is next weekend. I have to get this bike there, but I don't have shims for it yet. They're going to be here Tuesday. They shipped me the wrong shims. Well, I ordered the wrong shims. I'm going to be honest. I ordered the wrong shims. So as soon as shims get here, this is priority uno only. Only priority. The 1441 and that Gixxer are ready to go home. Tree Man's coming tomorrow with carburetors. He was supposed to come today, but he had a job. Brett's bike, I'm working through it little by little, nibbling at it. Just same thing I'm doing with X, nibbling at it, making forward momentum. The silver bike, I'm going to get with Dennis once he's done with Colts, and he's going to come over and we're going to get that thing on the dyno and see if we can make it burn the fuel. And the ZX14, the parts should be here anytime. been waiting for him to come in. Quino shipped him out. I don't know what shipping service he used or anything. I gotta look. But for now, I'm gonna keep nibbling away at this, and I think I'm gonna end the episode there. Y'all have a beautiful day.